What was crazy is I spent a lot of time that day with Ted Danson. Like, Ted Danson's so funny. He came on the set. I don't know what he was carrying. He had like some box and things like that. And I'm in my outfit and I'm in front of like the little, my little stand where I'm supposed to be. And he kind of comes in and I don't know what he's carrying, but he just comes right over to me and like his arm comes out of the stuff and he's like, "Hi there, I'm Ted." And I'm like, I know who you are. You're Ted Danson. I'm Francisco. And he's like, "Nice to meet you." And then like he sets his things down and then he hangs out with me.
Welcome back to the zoo. Our next guest can be seen in the movie Queen Pins. Give it up for Francisco Rodriguez.
He got it right, Francisco Rodriguez.
Yes, thank you.
He's already, I don't know how this interview's gonna go because he's already made us laugh our ass off.
He's flattering.
Oh, God, no, but now
Where's
it's just gonna be like, okay, we already got the magic out.
All right, that was good.
So, I mean, did you always want to be a comedic actor or did you want to be a dramatic actor and you just fell into comedy?
I always wanted to be an actor. It just so happens I end up airing on the comedy. If you think I'm funny, thank God.
Right.
But if not, we're just here.
Where'd you grow up?
Me?
Yeah.
Brownsville, Texas.
What?
Yes.
But you have,
yes.
okay, I have
know.
a slight accent too because I grew up in Miami and people are like,
hear
were you born in this United States? I'm like, yeah. They go, but you kind of have like a Spanish accent. I grew up in Miami. How do you have like a little bit of a Spanish accent?
I have no idea. There's Brownsville, Texas. So if you go to the great state.
Okay, now you're losing it. Now it's coming out.
I think you're imagining it. But if you imagine, if you will, the great state of Texas, right at the very tip of the tail, right at the very point, therein lies a small town by the name of Brownsville. Mm-hmm. This town it's a beautiful little burb, right? But it's its own little slice of Americana, and it's right next to Matamoros, Tamaulipas.
Wow.
The Northeast. It's sister city. So yeah, I'm from there.
Nice.
So tell us about Queen Pins.
Oh, gladly. Okay, so Queen Pins, great film.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. We got Vince Vaughn, we got Kristen Bell, Kirby Howell-Baptiste, Paul Walter Hauser.
Quite a cast.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Did you win that cast over the way you're winning this cast over?
I like to think. No. It's a really good film. First of all, true story, right? So always fun when it's something from real life. But it's essentially this story about a bored housewife and her best friend, and they create a coupon scam. They do this sort of like ring. They start a club where if you buy into the club, you get access to a website and you get these wholesale coupons. These women, they essentially rip off $25 million from all these large companies. And, they essentially help out, folks that essentially need these deals. But in the end, the true story is essentially the FBI comes down, knocks on their door, and ends that parade. Similar to the movie.
Wow. What years did this take place?
The movie or the story?
The story.
The story, I believe it was in the early 2010s, somewhere around there.
So that's why coupons don't give deals anymore.
Exactly. They caught on.
No, but I would figure maybe a little earlier than that because you can Photoshop a coupon, but now everything's digital. So they were doing the digital like barcodes or something?
You know what? When the Queen Pins were working, they didn't really let me in on their scam, but they did it in such a way that they succeeded. Yeah. The story goes they got actual coupons. There was digital and there was actual printed coupons that they would mail. So where I come into the film is I help, essentially they try to find where these coupons are coming from, and they end up finding out it's in a factory in Mexico. So they go there and they try to find a man on the inside. So my wife and I, we are essentially the ones that come up with the plot and help them break in, and we help, pull off the whole caper. How much life may reflect that is a whole other thing, but that's definitely the premise.
The historical accuracy, it's Hollywood, right?
Exactly. Yeah. There's a few commas and a few colons added.
Okay, I haven't seen the film yet.
Shame.
But I'm gonna see it.
Shame.
Now, do you have that smile, that mischievous smile expression? I don't know whether to trust you or not with that expression.
It's in there somewhere. If you watch carefully, you'll see it pop in.
Are you a dramatic actor as well? Have you done a lot of drama?
I've done a lot of theatrical drama, and when it comes to television, film, commercial, all of that is pretty much comedy.
Death of a Salesman. Have you done it?
Why would you? Oh, I thought you were just telling me.
Glengarry Glen Ross. I'm trying to see.
Absolutely, Glengarry Glen Ross.
You did it?
Absolutely. I loved it. I did it
You really did it.
Oslo Repertory Theater, that's right. Professional equity company. Mr. Link, great role. So
David
much fun.
Mamet.
Yeah, Mamet.
Are you BSing me right now?
I am not BSing you right
Look at how I see. I should be there. You should bring me along to every casting.
I see these
Listen,
eyes.
casting director, forget it. He sees me. I'm going to perform. He's going to say what role I should be in. Awesome.
This is my guy right here. Are you looking to rep me? Because
there's something listen, a few people that just, I see your spirit, and I see your personality, and I see the potential.
Why, thank you.
So stay gold.
Wow.
You know, I want to ask because
Did
you actually
pay him?
No,
he's your new agent.
I'm just kidding.
No,
yeah,
you
he's
had
actually not part of the show. He just came today.
He just showed up.
No, the
Someone
show's
left
really
the
just
door
them. this chair isn't even supposed to be here. I just put it here and it just joined on.
You know, I want to ask you because you actually have a famous uncle who recently passed, and tell everybody who your uncle was, please.
Yes. So my uncle was Ricardo Gonzalez Cepillín, the clown, the Mexican icon. But yes, you are right. Unfortunately he passed away about a year ago.
All right, well, we got 1 minute left. All right, when we
That's the best question. Here it is.
Now it's the pressure.
This is game time.
You know, I have a question. Quick,
Okay,
if
go
it's
ahead. Take the pressure
about
off me.
Queens. Why do you think that America is so fascinated with shows about scammers right now?
You know, actually, that's a great question because I feel like it's actually about value a little bit. I feel like a lot of Americans feel that they're undervalued. And I think the scam is a way to kind of take hold of the value that folks feel on the inside. Like so much in your life, you're undervalued by your partner, by your job, by your relationships, your finances, And this is like, these shows, they're a way to go, yeah, this person's getting one over the man. This person's getting their actual worth. I think that's why these projects resonate with
Rooting
people.
for the underdog.
Rooting for the
whether it's good or
underdog,
bad.
but rooting for themselves,
It's kind of like in Goodfellas when she's describing, she's like, our guys, they were blue collar guys. Like, this is the only way they can, make something big happen. All right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to be back with more with Francisco Rodriguez here on the Zoo.
We are back on the Zoo, and we are here with Francisco, not Fernando, Francisco
Not
Rodriguez.
Fernando, that's right.
So you worked on a lot. Stop
You've
it.
had all break to think about a question.
This is a long
This is
break,
going to be really good, too.
No, stop. You worked on a lot. It's related to my question, actually, because I feel like if I worked in, comedy, or I did movies, comedic movies, I would not stop laughing on set. And I think a lot of actors from The Office say that sometimes they would just have to redo scenes constantly because everybody's on set laughing.
Yeah.
What has been your funniest day on set?
That would definitely have to be Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry David, really funny guy, but also that man laughs so much. He's so funny. He would crack up a lot on set, because everything is funny. There's a lot of jokes coming in.
So you would ruin the scene and just start laughing?
He wouldn't ruin it. So because it's like piecemeal. Like the scenes are built in the moment.
You don't get a script. You get a beat sheet kind
Correct.
of thing. Right.
This is what you get. You get a Microsoft Word paragraph written out that tells you a little moments here and there, and then that's it. And you get it, and you're like, this is the script.
What did you play? Because I missed the past couple seasons.
I played I was this carnival barker. I was in, not the last season, but the season before that, where I had to
When
guess.
there was a fatwa on him?
No, that's a great season. The season after that.
Okay.
It was, essentially he's with his current girlfriend and he's trying to guess her weight. They end up at this fair, and he tries to get me to guess his weight and then guess her weight, and then he wants to bring around all of his friends, and he wants me to guess all their weights. So he essentially has one over all of them.
Dude, I gotta look up this scene.
It's a great scene.
If not the episode. So, for you, I've been kind of making a thing about your comedic spirit. How did you feel? What do you feel? Because your question started off the cuff.
I'm just saying.
Good job. Good job, AK.
I'm actually done for the day.
Good job.
That was
Thank
my
you. No,
one
she did.
question.
I tell her all the time, I'm gonna carry the show, okay? Because by the end of the day, but how did you feel just being on set with a comedic legend? I mean, obviously we were talking about your uncle being a comedic legend, so I guess you're used to being around that.
No, I don't know if you ever get used to something like that. I mean, that whole set was incredible. You know, obviously Larry was there. So many of the people that you watch on television, you know, that I've seen, because I follow that show from beginning to end.
Yeah, I love that show.
And it was definitely surreal standing around them. And what was crazy is I spent a lot of time that day with Ted Danson. Like, Ted Danson's so funny. He came on the set. I don't know what he was carrying. He had like some box and things like that. And I'm in my outfit and I'm in front of like the little, you know, my little stand where I'm supposed to be. And he kind of comes in and I don't know what he's carrying, but he just comes right over to me and like his arm comes out of the stuff and he's like, "Hi there, I'm Ted." And I'm like, I know who you are. You're Ted Danson. I'm Francisco. And he's like, "Nice to meet you." And then like he sets his things down and then he hangs out with me for like half the day. Just me and him like chatting. And we're talking about everything.
Like, let me be cool, let me be cool.
Well, you know what? The thing is, he was so sweet and he was so curious, innately curious. He wanted to know more and more and more. And, you know, and I learned so much from him. You know, he comes from a family of scientists, which, you know, no idea, obviously, but you see it in his nature. You know, so, but the whole time, yeah, trying to play it cool, but also just I'm kind of, I'm overtaken by his interest. You know, I'm like, wow, okay, this guy's really serious. We start talking about everything, life, Spanish, you know, essentially second languages, you know, really everything under the sun.
Did he ask you, "Hey, you know Spanish?" and you said no, and then he started speaking Spanish?
No. I mean, I said yes. He did ask me that. And he's like, "Hey, you know, how long do you think it would take, like somebody that doesn't speak it to speak it?" Because he was thinking about hiring a tutor and, you know, all this other stuff. And he asked me about my background, and I told him that my uncle was Cepillín, and he was completely overtaken with the idea. And I said, "I'm sure if you go into the cast and you ask one of these folks if they know who Cepillín is," he's like, I told him they'll probably know. And he's like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, seriously." He goes off and he comes back with like 3 people. And all of them are so excited to meet me and I'm just like blushing. And he's like, "I talked to all of them and they all knew who your uncle was."
How did he pronounce your uncle's name?
Oh, all of them, a lot of folks basically suffer with it. They all say Sapillín or Cepillín, you know, they all somehow stumble with it. But I remember him saying it well enough. You know, he got it. But yeah, afterwards it was very delightful. Folks came up and they shook my hand and I did not feel worthy.
Did Larry David stumble upon the scene and he's like, what's going on here? Why is everyone shaking the Carnival of Uncle's hand? Dude, you've been an amazing guest.
If you don't hire him by the end of this
Francisco Rodriguez, it's called Queen Pins, right?
Indeed.
Okay, awesome. You can check him out in that movie. And we'll be looking out for that project on your uncle coming soon, hopefully in the next couple of years. Hopefully. So, and dude, just come back and just hang out with us next time.
Hey, you invited.
You're always invited.
You're to blame.
Hey. All right, guys, you can follow us at LATV Network. Oh, can they follow you anywhere on Instagram, social media?
Instagram at Frank in the 310.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Show off. All right, man, I'll see you next time. Keep it locked. We'll see you next time right here on The Zoo.
Thank you.